Before we can go over the use of each of the different types of site modifier, let's take a look at how to create a site modifier using both the Site Modifier tool and the Create Objects from Shapes command. We'll start with the Site Modifier tool itself. The tool is located in the Site Planning toolset at the bottom left of the screen. Activating the tool will bring up the various modes available in the toolbar. Each of these modes uses the same continuous click behavior of the polyline creation modes, just like the hardscape and the landscape area tools do. Starting from left to right, the first one is the grade limits modifier. And grade limits are used just for what their name suggests. They limit the effect of the grade within the boundary of the object. These should be closed shapes and can use any combination of the polyline creation modes. The second mode creates a contour modifier. Contours create a contour at a set elevation. These are open path objects and use the polyline creation modes as well. In addition, contours need to be placed at a set elevation. This can be set directly in the toolbar, in the pad elevation box, or in the snap to contour elevation mode. The third mode will create a pad modifier. Pads create an area at a set elevation. Pads can also have a slope applied for proper drainage. We'll talk about these options later in the chapter. Just like the contour modifier, pads also need a set elevation. The same options are available, either the pad elevation box in the toolbar or enable the snap to contour elevation mode. The fourth mode creates a pad with retaining edge modifier. These are similar to pads, but have a secondary edge that can be set to another elevation. These are great for creating the foundation of a building. Similar to contours and pads, the elevation for the pad is set through the toolbar or by using the snap to contour elevation mode. The fifth mode creates a texture bed. This mode creates an area where a different texture can be applied, such as a mulch bed or lawn. And the sixth mode creates a spoil pile. Spoil pile modifiers are areas where excess earth can be placed to help balance the cut and fill for the site. We'll cover the use of these modifiers in more detail in later chapters. The last option in the toolbar is the Site Modifier Tool Preferences button. This is the button with the wrench and pencil icon. Similar to other tools, clicking on this button will bring up preferences for the tool. In this dialog, in addition to being able to choose the site modifier configuration, elevation, and whether it's applied to the proposed or existing site mode, there are also options to set a simplification tolerance and whether the site modifier shows up in 3D. The simplification tolerance will set how much a curved modifier will be simplified. A smaller value will make a more complex object, but will represent the curve better. A larger distance will create a simpler but faceted object. Setting this value to 0 will not simplify the modifier at all. Now that we have an idea of how to create a site modifier with the tool itself, let's look at how to convert other objects to site modifiers. Similar to hardscapes and landscape areas, we can use the Create Objects from Shape command to create a site modifier from other objects. We can create the base shape using a rectangle, polygon, or pretty much any of the 2D objects. Then, just right-click on the object and choose Create Objects from Shapes. We can then set this to Site Modifiers and choose, if we leave Show Properties dialog checked, which type of site modifier we want to create. After we click OK, a site modifier is created. And of course, the site modifier won't begin to take effect until we go ahead and update the site model itself. That just about covers the basic ways of creating site modifiers, but in the next chapters, we'll take a look at the different types of modifiers, how they affect the site, and when to use them.